Right guys, different video. I'm going to try and make it quick and simple, but it's going to be dating Nike shoes. So obviously we do the present day tag, the main tag that you'll find from like early 2000s to around the time it cut off, which I think was around 2019. And then we'll do a 90s tag, an 80s one. And yeah, I'll sort of just show you some tags that you'll find. We'll go through some of the boxes, different types of boxes and colours. And yeah, just a bit of information on how to date Nike shoes. I've already tried to film this video, but I just waffled too much, so I just binned it off completely. But yeah, hopefully you'll learn something from it. I'll show you like loads of different silhouettes, different tags. There's not too many tags, but they're pretty simple to learn and to read. I'm sitting over this side of the screen, so I can put up pictures here of each tag, and yeah, sort of just talk through each one of them. Hopefully you'll learn something. Please make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new here, and follow my Instagram and my Depot down here at the bottom of the screen. Ryan's Finds, IHINDS, FINDS. We're going to go in order of age, starting with the new age stuff, and then we'll work our way to all the older stuff. But we'll start with the first tag. This is the Air Max 95. It came out at the end of 2020. Obviously, the Air Max 95 came out in 1995. 2020 is the 25th anniversary, so they did a retro of the OG colorway. This is one of the first colorways that came out of the Air Max 95. Most Air Maxes have the sort of OG colorway. It's hard to explain, but this is the one for 95s. And then you got your 98s, you got your Gundams. TNs have sort of got two, the Hyper Blues and the Tigers. And then you got your 97s, which are like silver bullets. So yeah, each Air Max has its own colorway. Air Max 1, Air Max 90. I left them out because I don't really have them. But anyway, we'll start with the Air Max 95. I'm waffling loads, I know. But I'll put the tag there and we'll sort of just go through it all. Starting off, obviously you got all the sizes. UK, US, European, all that. It's pretty standard for all shoes. And then just below the swoosh, it's a CT1689. That is the product code, I believe. So if you type in Nike and then type that in on Google, eBay, most selling sites, you'll sort of find the sort of whole silhouette. And the three numbers after that is the colorway, I think. So 001, this is obviously the OG colorway, the first colorway that it did. So they use that number for obviously the first one. So it also makes sense. Just below the product code, there's two dates. They're the American way, so you have to read it. If you're English, you'll sort of understand, and then if you're American, you just read them normally. So you've got the 29th of the 7th, 2020. That is when the retailer, I believe, ordered them. And then you've got the 2nd of the 9th, 2020, which is when they were actually manufactured. And then obviously it'll be like a month or two after when they were actually released. The good thing with newer shoes, you can just search them up on Google and you'll be able to find the release date. Also with StockX, I'll quickly put a picture there or a video. You can literally find the colorway, find the shoe, you just scroll down and it will say the exact release date that they came out. And then finally, the obvious thing with all the newer shoes, they have a QR code. Just scan that with your camera and you'll be able to find the colorway, the shoe. It's very simple. They made it a lot easier to find what the shoe was called and all that. If you don't know too much about Air Maxes or Nike in general, all of their new shoes will have QR codes. Also, I'll quickly say with this tag, this is the newest tag of Nike. They'll use it on all their newly manufactured shoes. I think that changed in 2019, so from 2019 onwards, that's the tag that they use for all the shoes. Okay, so now we're moving on to the next tag. This is the main tag you'll find in your thrift stores, charity shops, car boots, market stalls, anywhere, solely because this tag was used from like 2000, I think, is when they started using this tag. It's around that time, all the way to 2019 when they cut off and started using the tag that I just showed you. That being said, that sort of explains how you'll see this tag the most when finding shoes secondhand. But anyway, I'll put a picture there. Obviously, you've got all the sizes of the shoe, the US size, UK size, and then you've got two dates at either end of the sizing just below them. The first date on the left of the tag, the 2nd of the 8th, 2017, that's when the order came in from the retailer, I think it is. And then the second date after that, the 30th of the 10th, 2017, is when they were actually manufactured. And then these shoes actually came out in early 2018, I think it was. Obviously because these are Air Max 98s. They came out in 1998 and then 2018 is the 20th anniversary. So they just did a retro. This is the OG colorway, the Gundam. Hopefully that's how you pronounce it. That's how I've always said it. But it is one of the coolest colorways. One of my favorite shoes. If you have wide feet, go for Air Max 98s because they always fit super nice. And then the final thing I'll say is obviously the style code, which is a bit in bold just below the UK 11. So you've got 640744. So that's the actual silhouette of the shoe. Type that into Google with Nike and you'll sort of find the silhouette. And then you've got the dash 100, which is obviously the colorway. This is the OG one, so they did 100 on it. It all sort of makes sense once you understand it all. and it's pretty simple to read the tags once you get to know them all. And it's always nice to know how old shoes are. I'll quickly show you this. This is the same pair, 2 pairs, both from 2018. This is the pair that I got on release date, and I'll just show you the tag. So these were manufactured on the 30th of the 10th, 2017. This is the exact same shoe, but the second date, it was manufactured on the 1st of the 11th, 2017. So you can sort of see the difference. They're obviously made in the same factory and the exact same shoe, but there's a couple of days difference in terms of when they were actually manufactured. I'm going to quickly run through a few more early 2000s silhouettes. They're all sort of the same tag, but there's just small differences, and you'll be able to read them as easily as you just read that one. So this is the TL 2.5. It came out in 2008, and as you can see there, there's the order date and then the actual manufacturing date, both under the sizes. So again, really easy to read. And then above the US and the UK sizing, there is the style number, which is the 318815. So type in Nike and then that number onto Google, and then you'll find the actual silhouette. And then obviously you've got the colorway, which is the 031. So just type that onto Google and then you should find it. This one, lovely colorway. I love my Volt green sort of shoes. One of my favorite sort of colorways, MS98s, 95s. Moving on, there's this Nike shoe. I don't actually know the silhouette of this one because it's a bit of an obscure one, so it's a lot harder to find. But again, with the tag, just below the barcode at the bottom on the left, it actually says the date, the 5th of the 4th, 2000. So that's when they came out, the year 2000. Sometimes with the older shoes, they're a lot harder to find. Like I couldn't find these. Another pair that I couldn't really find on Google. I'll show you this silhouette. This is a really weird one. Again, I found this with like a load of shoes. I think it was back in 2018. Like some of the dead stock, some were used. But this one is extremely obscure. But this is called the Nike Sports City Knife. And I literally found that on Google just from typing in some of the numbers on the tag. Sometimes if other numbers don't work, I just type in loads of different bits from the tag with Nike in front of it, Nike behind it. You just got to sort of try different variations of it to find it. And then eventually I found an article on them. But yeah, really weird, really obscure Nike shoe. Bit of a crazy one to find. Not too sure what I'm going to do with them. They're just more for display than anything. Now moving into the 90s, I don't have too many shoes from there, solely because you can't do too much with them. I've got a couple that I have on display. This is an old Air Max from the TN series. As you can see, that's meant to be an air bubble. It's meant to be all squishy, but hopefully you can hear that. It's just rock hard. But I'll put the tag up there. They're very easy to read. Obviously you've got all the sizes, and then just above the US and the UK size, it says 980911. So that 98 means it's from 1998. That's that silhouette. I'll show you another one now. This is another pair that I'll show you. It's a dead stock ACG pair. Hopefully you can read that, or it might be the opposite way. But it says Air Mavasa. I'm not sure if I pronounced that correct at all. That's the silhouette. Just really cool sort of Volt green details. And then I'll put the tag up there. As you can see, just above the US size, it says 97, so they're from 1997. And then one final pair. I have no clue what the silhouette's called. Again, this is from the 90s. I'll put the tag there. These are from 1997. Again, just above the US size, it says the year that they're from. Those are all late 90s tags. I believe there is also an early 90s tag, but considering I just showed you them ones, they're basically the same, go off the same sort of basis of what I just showed you that, and you'll be able to find out the date. Then we move into the 80s, which we've got this shoe. I'll put a picture of the tag, well, what you'd consider the tag is. It literally says the size and sort of a product code. All it says is size 8, 820911, and then WC. Obviously, I don't know too much what that means. Obviously, the size 8, that's either US size. I'm going to guess it's the US size. And then all you need to know is the 82 is from 1982. You can see they're just really old. So these are what, 40, 30, 40-ish years old, around that. Look at the sole. The sole's my favourite part of it. They're all like little mini swooshes all throughout it. But cool little silhouette, just a nice bit of history. In terms of 70s shoes, I think it goes off the same sort of basis. I haven't got any personally, but I've just got this pair in sort of storage. So yeah, I think we've sort of done it for all the tags. Went from present day through the early 2000s, late 2000s, into the 90s, and then finished off at the 80s. I don't know too much about the 70s shoes. Obviously, they're going to be a lot harder to find if there are that many of them. There might be like some of the blue ribbon sports. I don't know too much about them. But that's what you need to know in terms of tags with the shoes. And then obviously the main sort of tag you'll find is the tag from 2000 to around 2019. That's the one you'll obviously find most of the time in the second-hand market. Just to sign off, I'm going to quickly show you a few boxes so you can just sort of, if you're out searching, thrifting, car booting, you can see from a distance certain boxes mean certain eras of Nike. Obviously everyone's going to know this one, the newest box that Nike uses, JD Sport, Sports Direct, Size, Foot Locker, all of them will have these. Then you've got sort of the late 2000s, this is around like 2011, 2012. I don't know the exact dates, but you know sort of the eras. These are from my TNs, I have these are my personal ones. These are really cool boxes. They've got obviously ACG there, there's like shocks there. I can't see too much in the camera, but that's got that all over the print. That's like late 2000s. And then you got your early 2000 boxes, the classic orange and brown. This one's really beat up and painted. It's got some like Jordans in it for some reason. But yeah, this is like 2000s, like 2006, 2008. Again, don't know, you just got to sort of take it with a pinch of salt. Then you got a classic 90s box. Again, take it with a pinch of salt. I would say these are probably used throughout the 90s, but different shoes are going to have different sort of boxes. Obviously your Jordans are going to have completely different boxes. Here's some other boxes which are from special releases or just limited releases. These are from the Jordan 1 Travis Scott's. This is an Air Max 95 box. This is from the latest retro 2020. Really cool box, really good details. Then you got your Nike Lab boxes. These are really sort of more of a luxury box, but sort of slides out. These are from the Basement Dunks. Again, really good boxes. And that's it really for what I've got in terms of boxes. Again, I can't be too specific on the actual dates, but you know the sort of eras and different boxes can mean different things. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you learned something from it. If I was wrong at any time, please correct me in the comments. Please make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new here, and follow my Instagram and my Depop. We're down here at the bottom of the screen. Ryan's Finds, IHNDS, FNDS. Thanks for watching. I think that's it. Hopefully there's going to be like a shoe collection video next weekend, because it is Air Max Day, I think, next week. So that should be good. Thanks for watching. Peace.